We're live. Grizz, how about you do the intro this time? Because I seem to do them all the time, and I don't want people to get the idea that I'm the almighty powerful leader of this channel. So why don't you do the intro for this video today?
Brother, that is such a great honor. That is such a great honor. But I think I'm going to take you up on that. Save that for this weekend's podcast because I'll be able to show my face.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Michael, and welcome to the 205 live review for this week. This is going to be simultaneously uploaded onto both my channel and BearClub 316. Hence why we have Mr. Modern Day Grizz here. Grizz, how are you doing, buddy? If you're not going to intro, at least tell me how you do it.
I'm doing fantastic, man. My reign is going great. No one has defeated me. I've taken down Vacant. Who's next?
You've not defended it.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm the greatest champion ever.
You're definitely better than Jinder Mahal, but we'll move on swiftly. We're here to talk 205 Live from this week.
Thank you.
But before we do talk 205 Live, we have a few pieces of information to give out. Obviously, one of them getting a bit repetitive, but we have to do it. It's part of our sponsorship deal. Catalyst Mints, check them out. Link in the description down below. Grizz, have you got anything you want to jazz up the sponsor? Because you're more imaginative than I am. So go for your life.
Hey, when you're low on energy, you know, and you think you need a boost, you don't want a Red Bull, you don't want Mountain Dew, you don't want any caffeine, you don't want none of that stuff. You want something that's going to keep you up, keep you going, and something that you can just pop and go.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have Catalyst Mints coming to you. They're coming for you, people. For you. I'm sorry, I was stuttering a little bit on them limes, brother. I was. I'm gonna do better next time.
It's all right. Did you hear Booker T got hella pissed off about the New Day doing a parody of that?
Yeah, you told me about it, so I Googled the whole situation. And
he needs to chill out.
Yeah, you know, I really don't see why he's upset, because it's not like they said the word.
Yeah, not at all. Like, they took the piss out of him, and I think it's because it was embarrassing for him that he sort of got pissed off about it. It's like, Booker, calm down. It happened fucking over 15 years ago. Everything's fine. Just relax. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a joke now, bro. Like it's really a joke now. Like it's one of the greatest moments in WWE history.
It's the intro to Botchamania. It's clearly a joke.
That's what I'm saying, man. Chill out, Buck. Love you, man.
Chill out, Buck. You're still the five-time. Go on, you do that better.
Yes. Five time, baby. I don't like what the New Day did. It was very embarrassing.
I'm just trying to catch the stream on my phone in order to get the live comments up. So give me 1 second, because I'm totally unprepared as per usual.
That's cool, man. Do what you do.
Can't find it. Bollocks. Hold on.
Oh.
Why can't I find it when I'm logged in on my chat? It's on my page. Why won't you let me find it, you bastards?
You good, man. You gonna find it. Everybody, whomever's in the chat, you know, how was your 4th of July weekend? If you didn't celebrate 4th of July, how was your weekend? You know?
Well, I don't think we've got any viewers at the moment because 205 Live draws less than fucking WCW towards the end of its days, but
this is true. Wow.
So why don't we just jump in? Let's quit the small talk. Let's get the shit show over and done with. What did you think of 205 Live as an entire show, if you have seen it?
Well, like I said, brother, for the most part, you know, I like the Titus brand. So anytime I can see the Titus brand on my television, I'm good.
Can I do it one time?
Go ahead, brother.
Titus worldwide. I had to. I'm sorry.
You good, brother? You good? You meant to say that line.
Hurrah.
No. In all seriousness, the segment. I mean, everything was. It was okay. It was subpar, you know, for the most part.
Fair enough. So Titus O'Neil was shown backstage on telephone to Tozawa, obviously the latest member to sign for the Titus brand. He's on the telephone. He's saying, "Oh, you're stuck in Japan," or something like that. and he runs into like Arya Davari and he runs into Mustafa Ali and has little altercations between the two and says he's heading out to the ring to represent Titus worldwide. So he comes out, and in the ring, he's got two little like statue set-in things. He's got one with Neville and one with Tozawa, and he's talking about the championship match on Sunday. Usual Titus brand shtick, and he ends up bringing out Neville, who sort of, for the first time, I think, in about 9 months, Neville had a smile on his face. He was actually laughing at Titus O'Neil and the ridiculousness that he feels that his compatriot, his Titus brand client, Akira Tozawa, was going to beat him for the Cruiserweight Championship this Sunday at Great Balls Fire. It's not going to happen, blah, blah, blah. And he said he was going to show Titus exactly what he's going to do to Tozawa when he faces against Lince Dorado, who we've been clamoring for to have a bit of television time, and then they fed him to Neville. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Titus, we're not even sure if Titus is a face or a heel anymore. Like, what do you? Is he a face or a heel, Grizz? Because I don't know.
I don't know. It's up and down, brother. I've been confused. You know, Apollo seemed to have that little heel turn at one point when he turned on Kalisto, I think. But then after that, you know, the whole Braun Strowman thing. I mean, put him up. I don't know. Because Braun Strowman, to me, I guess to everybody else, he's a face. But, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you get tossed around and whatever. So that's more of a face thing to be tossed around.
Yeah. I mean, like, he's come up against, like, his client Tozawa is coming up against Neville, face and heel dynamic. Apollo Crews went up against Braun Strowman, face and heel dynamic, but the other way round. Like, it's really in between. They just sort of, Titus is flipping more than Big Show in the early 2000s. So it's slightly confusing. But in regards to the match, everything that we expected to happen happened. Neville had the majority of the match, absolutely dominated as the champion should. Lince Dorado had a few pieces of like fantastic athleticism and showed good work and ring ethic, but Neville eventually won with the Rings of Saturn submission move and then stared down Titus O'Neil. I'm assuming that you agree with me and that the match was acceptable. Neville looked strong going into his championship match, but maybe wasn't the best move to have Tozawa off the Go Home 205 Live show.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I really do like Dorado, man. I like his in-ring work. But yeah, I would agree to have the number one contender off the show, you know, for the Go Home show. I mean, I don't know what that's really doing for the story and how that's progressing it.
Fair enough. Second match of the night. We had 3 matches, as we always do on 205 Live. Second match of the night was the continuation of Jack Gallagher versus Tony Nese. Now, this match obviously follows on from Tony Nese using underhand tactics last week on 205 Live in order to beat Jack Gallagher. Jack Gallagher was showing compassion because Nese had gone down feigning a knee injury as Gallagher turned his back. Nese attacked and picked up the victory with his knee into the corner. So Gallagher asked for a rematch. Gallagher got his rematch and picked up the victory with his just ridiculous headbutt. Like, that headbutt is horrible. Like, I genuinely feel like Jack Gallagher could out headbutt a rhinoceros or a goat. Like, it's that bad of a headbutt. But he picked up the victory with the headbutt into the running dropkick in the corner. So they're now one apiece. So there's clearly going to be a rubber match at some point in the next couple of weeks, probably next week or maybe on Raw. Do you agree with Jack Gallagher picking up the victory and evening up the score, Grizz?
Yeah, most definitely, man. Jack's the man. So, and I like Tony Nese, man. I really do like these guys. So, most of the time I'm not for 50-50 booking, but I guess in this situation, you know, I don't really mind it because these two guys I like.
Fair enough. What else did I want to talk about? Okay, so following the match, we seem to also have on the side, we sort of have Brian Kendrick sticking his nose in where it doesn't belong when it comes to Jack Gallagher, and he came on the screen and he did the history of Great Britain, but he'd scrubbed out the great and just called it Britain. And he was basically running down a list of unfortunate events in the history of my country, and sort of berating Jack Gallagher essentially. And like, it's weird because we're normally used to seeing a heel be an anti-American, but the heel in this promo is now being a true compatriot who is shitting on any other country, in this case Jack Gallagher in England. What do you think about that and the sort of the dynamic difference? And please don't be nationalistic and America versus Britain, because that's not what we're here for.
I didn't get that far in the show, brother. I'm not even gonna lie. You want me to sit here? You want me to sit here and lie to you? I could put on a beret, a show, but I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. So you saw the opening promo and that was it?
Pretty much, man.
This is gonna be fun, ladies and gentlemen. Nah, it's okay. So basically what I'll do then is I'll just run through everything and you can tell me what you think about it. So, still, what do you think of the face being Jack Gallagher and the heel being Brian Kendrick, and instead of being an anti-America gimmick, it's a full-on fuck everyone who isn't American gimmick for Brian Kendrick? What do you think about that concept?
Oh, my bad, bro. For some reason, I thought you were talking about the TJP and Rick Swann match.
No, not yet.
I didn't get that far in the show, but yeah, I mean, this is an interesting dynamic, bro. I guess for the most part, and you know, I always tell you if it's entertaining, I'm for it. I'll always tell you that, but
I'd say go back and watch it just to keep yourself up to speed. But the last couple of weeks with Brian Kendrick taking the piss out of Britain, it's really not done he or Jack Gallagher any favors. But the one thing I would say... Okay,
because what I was getting ready to say, I wanted to see, you know what I'm saying, how it progressed, but I guess it's been going on.
Weeks. So...
Okay, cool. So you're saying it hasn't been good?
It's not been engaging.
All right.
But then again, it is an American shitting on the country that I'm from, so I'm going to be a little bit pissed about it.
This is
storyline or not.
Oh, this is true. Yeah, I'm most definitely going to go back and watch that.
But the one thing I would say, you know Brian Kendrick, and we know he's a very, very good heel. But when you can get heat from a crowd and have the crowd booing you, an American crowd booing you on the 4th of July for cussing out Great Britain and saying how good America is compared to Britain, he must be doing something right. Because on America's birthday, he was shitting on Britain and getting booed by the American crowd. I found that very, very funny.
Well, to show you how liberal this country is. No, I'm just kidding. But it's good stuff.
Okay, the main event, you touched on it briefly a moment ago. TJ Perkins versus Rich Swann, two friends turned enemies, now kind of in the middle. Rich Swann trying to like pull TJP to the light side. It's kind of working, and these two did definitely have a good main event showing. It's not anywhere near as good as they could have been together. We know that both of them are capable of so much more, but it was still very serviceable as a main event. It's still a good main event, with Rich Swann picking up the victory and evening the odds, because the entire situation and scenario was brought on with the fact that TJ Perkins knocked Rich Swann out of the Cruiserweight Classic last year. Tie it up at 1-1. Where do we go from here is the question, because TJ took the loss. He was disappointed, but he picked Rich Swann up and he shook his hand and he gave him a hug and congratulated him and then vacated the ring. Very face-like act from TJP, who is obviously only turned heel like 3-4 months ago, and they're sort of, in my opinion, going, that was a bad mistake. We're going to turn him face slowly. Where do we go from here with these two? Is it sort of this is even now because they're at one apiece, or is it going to be a rubber match? Are we going to see the dark side? What do you see happening?
I mean, you never know with WWE. It seems as though they never can decide whether they want to keep people, on the heel or face side. But for the most part, I mean, who knows? he could turn on Rick Swan at a drop of a dime.
Very true.
So, with all that being said, we've seen it with your favorite tag team. You know, they pulled. I'm not going to. You know, they pulled the wool over our eyes. I'm just saying they're known to do it.
I've done enough crying over these two.
Hey, man.
I've done enough. Do you know how many more tears I have left? 0. I have 0 tears left.
Oh man.
I'm going to get some white tape and just tears instead of dimes. Coming soon.
Man.
But no. This week's 205 Live, I mean, I know everybody shits on it, and I know the cruiserweights don't get that much of a storyline, but when they do, it's terrible. And I know I've sort of said that the Kendrick-Jack Gallagher feud is kind of redundant in terms of storyline, but the in-ring product is still good, and that's why I continue to invest my time in watching it. And I would say for people that if you've not watched it or you've sort of disengaged because of what other people have told you, please do watch it, because if not from a storyline point of view, just from an in-ring point of view, these guys put on a clinic every week, and it is just a shame that the storylines don't match the talent that these guys have. But please do watch it. Please do give it a chance, because you won't be disappointed from an in-ring point of view. And that's all I've really got to say regarding it. Grizz, is there anything you want to add before we do the sign-off?
Yeah, man. If you turn your head behind you, that is what people think about giving 205. No, the other way. There you go. 0. But no, man, in all seriousness, you guys give 205 an opportunity. I guess I'm going to go back, watch some shows, catch up, see what's up. I did get a little disconnected. But in due time, man, and I suggest you guys do the same. Oh, yeah, merch is coming soon. My face pointing at you, baby. Modern day.
All this talk of merch, I haven't even seen a draft design yet.
Oh, ooh, throwing me out on the live. Okay.
I'm gonna throw you under the motherfucking bus, boy.
You
haven't even watched the show.
I see. Ooh.
I'm kidding. All right, guys. Well, this has been the 205 Live review. I've been Michael. Grizz has been Grizz. Check out both of our social medias, both of our YouTubes, our BearClub channel, and all of the guys from BearClub. Everything that you need links-wise is in the description down below. Again, we mentioned it at the beginning, Catalyst Mints, the link is in the description down below as well. We, as BearClub, on BearClub 316, will be back later on in about an hour and a half's time to give our official predictions for WWE Great Balls of Fire this Sunday. Grizz will be putting up his BearClub 316 Heavyweight Championship and defending it against all 4 other members, myself, Kristin, Khalid, and Jakob, this Sunday. The predictions are coming out. Some of you may have already seen mine because of the predictions challenge on this channel. Video will be dropping for that on Saturday on my channel, but the predictions for BearClub out in about an hour and a half live on YouTube, so join us for that. I just want to say thank you very much, Grizz, for joining me as per usual, and thank you to anyone who does watch this live or does watch this back on pre-record on either of the 2 channels. Again, thank you for watching, guys. Too sweet. Please give 205 Live a chance. But for now, peace.